Good now, everybody, and welcome to the Rise Up Morning Show. I'm still getting everything connected, so pardon me while my voice gets a little bit crispier. Let me know how you're doing today and what your questions are. We're here, of course, to talk about helpful news, commentary, and answers to your crypto questions. No hype here, just help. We're trying to tell a better story so that everyday people like you and me can understand exactly what's going on in this blockchain space. Test check 1 2 test check. Do I sound really crispy? Let me know. Hey Tori, good morning to you. And good morning everybody else joining. I have a special favor today for anybody who's one of our friends. I'll go ahead and make my commercials in a second. The Rise Up Morning Show is live on TikTok Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time to answer your Web3 questions, your crypto questions, your Bitcoin questions, to really help you get a grasp on what this stuff is and why it might matter. We're not here to sell you anything, but we are here to help you understand it. There's no such thing as a stupid question here. And if you don't have time to tune in every Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time to 4 hours of a live show or whatever we do that day, then hop on over to the riseupmorningshow.com, jump in the Discord server, sign up for the newsletter, catch the YouTube where we post these as streams and have lots of short form tutorials. It's all available for you at the riseupmorningshow.com. All of it's free to access. We just want to help you learn. Speaking of teaching and learning, Mr. William Watson.
When did that happen? Oh,
literally 2 seconds ago.
Hang. Oh, really? Oh, I was not paying attention. Evan, sorry. Give me 3 seconds.
Take your time. Take your time. I was like, Will brought a guest. I saw his comment about an art studio, and I was like, oh no. He is currently building her an art studio. And that may be the architect.
Hello, little puppy. Yes. Good morning.
Buddy.
Good morning. This is my buddy's dog. Yes,
Hi,
it is.
buddy.
It is. Yes. No, for the internet. Yeah, you're a little sweet little baby. You're a sweet little baby. Yes,
Look at
you
those
are.
beautiful eyes.
Sweet little baby.
And that happy tongue.
Yes, she's a sweet little lass.
Is that a loon that I hear in the background?
That is a loon.
Dang, man, that's majestic as hell. Are you like in your Pocahontas area? You're just attracting lots of animals?
I suppose so. No, but I'm visiting my buddy Russ over there. He's a lawyer. He has money, so he made this nice house. He made this nice house up in New Hampshire, and it's very lovely and peaceful. So I just came up here to kind of work from here. People in the chat say hi, Russ.
Hi, Russ.
That's awesome.
Hi. Yeah, tell him if he works in regulations that we've got a lot of work for him.
Yeah, if you want to work in crypto regulations, Russ, let us know. He says no, thank you.
Yeah.
I think he had enough to deal with DraftKings NFTs.
Oh my gosh, I bet.
That'd be interesting. But anyway, dude, how you doing?
Man, I'm all right. I'm a little bit tired this morning, but I'm feeling good. And I'm...
Wait, how did you recognize the sound of a loon? You're not from the Northeast.
No, but I am from Michigan, and that is
you're
not
close
our
enough.
official state bird. The robin is, but it might as well be a loon.
Yeah, sorry, that just shocked me. I was like, wait a second, you're a Southerner. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Is Alex also from Michigan?
Ish, yes. He, like me, grew up there. Neither of us is from there. I feel like Alex was actually born. Maybe Alex was born in Michigan. I actually don't know where Alex was born properly. I need to ask him that. That's a good question. But he grew up there around the same time I did, at least for some of his life. And fun fact, the other reason I know what a loon sounds like is because when I was in high school, our city got a minor league baseball team called the Great Lakes Loons, and that was one of my early jobs in life. Was I was the mascot for the Great Lakes Loons.
I was just about
Loon.
to ask what did the mascot look like?
Oh, dude, what did Lou E look like? Lou E Loon was a fantastic mascot. I'll pull him up.
My minor league baseball team growing up outside of Portland, Maine, were the Sea Dogs, and it was just like a seal, and his name was Slugger, and he's the greatest mascot ever.
I don't know, man. Slugger's a pretty great name, but let me introduce you to my friend Lou E. Loon. Uh, Lou E. Loon, he's a hell of a guy. The E stands for
It's as
entertainment.
terrible as I was hoping.
Oh no, man. Louis was the
He
guy.
looks horrifying. He looks terrifying. That's nightmare fuel.
No,
He looks
dude,
like a furry.
kids loved Louis.
You
Let
looked
me tell
like
you what. Kids
kids loved him.
loved Louis. They really did love Louis. We would go around and sign. I don't know. There was also a after I left, they got another like co-mascot called Rally Camel. Who
What?
was this guy?
Because of course the natural companion for a loon is a camel.
Yeah, it was really weird. There was this guy who ran an unhinged soundboard like me at the stadium, and he also had GIFs on tap. Whenever something relevant in the game was happening, he would throw up a GIF on the soundboard, usually like for everyone to see. And there was this one that he always used to do that was this camel. Every time we were like down and needed to rally, I don't remember what the camel was doing or why, but he was like making this weird camel noise, and people used to just go nuts over it. Rally camel, the
Rally
gift.
camel.
And
You
so
know,
eventually we got a camel.
baseball's silly. I enjoy it.
Dude, I love it too. And Alex is in Savannah where the bananas are. I would love to be able to see a bananas game, but apparently there's a
Savannah
waiting list.
Bananas.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
they did a great job with that name.
And apparently they're one of the most loved teams in sports. Their games are sold out often in advance for, seasons on end now. They're a huge success story. They just played. I saw a TikTok video the other night at some MLB stadium, and it was like 100,000 people that were there, pretty much.
I love that.
So, speaking of Alex, just got a text. His phone was updating, and it just finished. He says he's sorry, but he'll be here in a minute. And now that
This show's better without him. It's better with the two of them.
oh shit. Fighting words. Okay, I do have a request for everyone in the audience, though. Now that they're here, Alex and I were talking about this yesterday, and we've all talked about this. We get so sometimes off on our inside baseball. We really need your help. If somebody who is new to cryptocurrency is here, first of all, welcome. Don't worry, it's not like going to a restaurant on your birthday. We're not going to sing to you or anything, but we want this show to be for you. If you have a question about what cryptocurrency is, what Bitcoin is, what blockchain is, or we say something that's like unfamiliar to you, please like stop us. And also just like let us know in the chat. If you are one of our friends who always watches the show, Tori, I know you're a mod, but we were talking about, wouldn't it be great? Maybe we can appoint some other folks who are usually here to moderator status. If you'd like something like that, let us know in the Discord. And everybody here, please help us. I always say it's up to everybody to tell a better story. If you see somebody that's new, let them know, if you would for us, that we will answer their question. That just because we don't answer it right away doesn't mean we won't. This stuff like that. Will you just help us be the welcome committee? That would be great. And also, if something happens that we don't come back to, because I don't know, we're pretty good at this chat thing, but we're not, we don't have eyes in the back of our heads.
I'm horrible
at
at it.
fingers. Yeah. Well,
Doing one of my lives, and I'm always 100 messages behind.
listen, dude, I get it. When I'm alone, that's how it is with me too. And honestly, it's also that way with me too, because I don't know, I just don't draw an audience when I'm alone, when I'm like when I'm with you guys. Mostly when I go live alone, it's because I'm cooking food and talking to people about, weird stuff. Real quick, Rick
You
says,
went live as the Louis the Loon.
yeah, if I actually work as a mascot occasionally now in Memphis for our minor league football team, the Memphis Hustle, and that is a dog who is a boat captain. A sailboat captain. His name is Skipper. Rick, I don't see your message in Discord. Help me out. What are you looking at? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm just to show my job. Okay, great. You tell me what kind of patch you'd want. You mean here? Oh, here on TikTok. I see.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
we can do that, can't we?
Is there? I'm not sure.
Well, talk about something poetic, beautiful, or interesting. Give us a quick market update while I why poke around my settings and see if I can't give Tori and other people who are our regular friends
So
a
the
badge.
things
Oh, actually, real quick, I do know this. You can join. We always say you don't have to send us a gift. I just learned recently that you can join our team, and that's how I think you get a badge is by sending a gift as small as a penny. Don't send me a gift yet, but let me figure out this badge thing, and then possibly for the first time we will actually ask you to send us gifts. In the meantime, you can tap the screen to help. Sorry, Will. I will not rug you again. I apologize.
It's okay. I'm sad now. But yeah, so the things that I'm most interested in as I wake up today is probably like a really good top indicator. Because yesterday Coinbase posted two stupid things. One was a picture of a janky ass fox, and the other one was a GIF of like a high quality video of a cat. As a result, Foxy, the meme coin of Linea, erupted in price, and so did all the cat coins on base, Toshi and Mochi, and there was a date that was put on the cat one of today, July 17th. So I'm most curious to see what the hell, why Coinbase sent out a tweet of July 17th, 2024, with a 3-second long high quality GIF of a cat, which is probably a top indicator. And then the other thing was a picture of a crappy looking fox. And Foxy erupted in price. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the Fox related meme coins. All of this is usually a pretty good top indicator. At least like a local top maybe. But the thing is we're not in overbought territory in any way, shape, or form on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, there's still so much more room to the upside for quite some time. What I'm expecting long term, which I don't always do a good job of covering in my daily update videos, because I do the daily update videos because I want to get something out to everybody every day. And from a content creator standpoint, it's nice to have at least one video I can count on every day, even if I have like a really busy day, right? And sometimes I kind of get lost in the sauce. But the weekly chart looks like there's upside potentially up until we get news of rate cuts, which would be midpoint of September. So, that's what, 7 to 8 weeks of upside potential, which is great. And then if you look at the weekly chart too, if you saw my updates video today, you'll see that we are in a bull flag pattern, and we're starting to get to the close to the top. I think we'll probably challenge the top of the flag of that pattern. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out my morning update video on it from a TA standpoint. You'll see it. I think we'll get up to try to break out of that in 2 to 3 weeks. And if we do break that, from a technical analysis standpoint, that gives us the fuel we need to actually go up and try to challenge $100,000 or just $90,000. So that's like the bigger picture on the weekly time frame. In the monthly time frame, things are looking good as well. Whatever chop we experience on the daily time frame is just that. It's just chop. The longer term time frames are telling us that we're going up. Which is also, and this is my final thought, and then hello, Alex, and then we can answer some questions. And Alex, curious to see what you're kind of thinking of the market right now, is if like how far we go down over the next couple of days due to a correction, how much are we going to go down and get close to the gap? I don't think so. Because the weekly and the monthly chart are looking so good. The ETFs are buying so much. We're getting a bunch of really good positive signs to the markets. Yada yada yada. So I'm pretty damn bullish right now, and I've let everybody know in the Discord kind of what I'm going to be doing each day for like what moves I'm making. But I'll tell everybody here now as well, because there's a lot of crossover between our lives and our Discord. Is I will be looking to buy the last final bit of Moonwell for my bag today or tomorrow. I don't have much left. I'm pretty much entirely bought into everything. So yeah, that's it. So those are all the things I'm looking at the market. And I'm most looking forward to an explanation about the cat GIF from Coinbase's tweet.
Tori said it made an appearance in a frame on Warpcast yesterday, so it's already moving.
I minted it.
Did you?
I minted the cat. Yep.
Wait, because there's an
behind, guys.
Yeah, you can. Aniri shared the mintable cat GIF yesterday
on Warpcast.
Yeah, it was free. I don't know what it was, but we'll see.
I love that.
I will have to check it out. I can't sign in until I get my phone back. Oh, actually, yes, I can because I got my burner over here now. Ha.
Yeah.
Alex, how are you doing this morning, man?
Bones, one for the
Good.
blood.
I was up and ready, and then at about 1:45, my phone was just like, "All right, you've postponed this update long enough, motherfucker. We're doing
It's
it now."
time.
And
Yeah.
it took like 25 minutes. But anyway, we're here.
Good to have you here. Real quick update for Tori. Tori, the only little symbol I can give you is that tiny little, it looks like a person holding an art palette to me, to the end of your name. You guys see that too, or is it only me because she's technically
I
modding
see it.
my live? You see it? Okay. That's the
person
absolute
thing.
only little thing I can give you as a moderator. I can give you a cute little emoji by your name, but the only way you can get that, apparently, unless you guys know a different workaround, is by subscribing to this live, which I think you can only do for money. And most of it goes to TikTok.
That's
Again, we love our TikTok overlords, but I really
Thank you,
don't
China.
want to, make you pay to do something helpful for people. So stay tuned. I'll work on a solution. And in the meantime, all of our regular friends, let all of our new friends know that we're happy to answer beginner questions. We're glad they're here. We will answer their question if they post it, and that the Discord is the best place to go if we miss it. So thank you.
I did see one question that I know is directed towards me because it has to do with Aerodrome and Moonwell. But the question was,
Yes.
let me see if I can find it. Can you comment on the Aero movement compared with the Moonwell movement? So Moonwell hasn't been moving, which is why, I mean, it's moved a little bit, but Aerodrome's moved far more. And the reasons why is even though Aerodrome has a far bigger market cap, percentage-wise, it's gone up more because its price has been beat up more. So it's more undervalued as compared to Moonwell, based on what the market would perceive its true value to be. Also, the community online, like the crypto community online, is far more aware of Aerodrome than Moonwell because more and more people have been talking about Aerodrome. It's been getting a lot of hype. Huge content creators are talking about it. So more people are looking to buy it because it's on more people's radar screen than Moonwell. Although Moonwell's coming up, but it's not going to be as big as Aerodrome because Aerodrome is a decentralized exchange. That's just what happens. Decentralized exchanges are one of the single most talked about cryptocurrencies of any type of cryptocurrency, so long that it is a decentralized exchange of a popular ecosystem. So that's why Aerodrome, even though it has a bigger market cap, has been moving more aggressively than Moonwell. In my opinion.
Do you think that it will shift? I think is going to be the person's follow-up question.
I mean,
Or-
yeah. I mean, you always if a handful of coins are hot, and this actually goes to a big issue that a lot of newer people make, which is you see one coin pumping real hard, and you're like, oh, that's the coin, and then you sell one coin and toss it into that coin that pumped, but then you bought the top and it corrects down, and you're like compounding on losses from the other coin that was down, but then the coin that you just sold then pumps, because like not everything has to pump at the same time, right? Sometimes it's one coin or one trend, and then it's another coin afterwards. Like not everything happens at the same time, right? Everything kind of has their like, it's your turn, and then it's that coin's turn, and it's that coin's turn, and it's that coin's turn, or maybe a handful of coins, but it's their turn to pump. That's another reason why if you have like 30 or more coins, why it's so impossible to manage that as well as you can, because you can't possibly manage all of those moments of when those certain coins are getting hot and cold across 30 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the better pieces of advice, especially if somebody's new that they can get. But even if somebody's been here a while, because the temptation is there's so much cool stuff. The more you research, the deeper you go, the more you just want to spray and pray and spend all your time looking at stuff. But I find it's the longer I go on, the better I do, then the less I'm focused on. In terms of like actually invested in. I liked what you said in your video the other day about, like I think you said 10 to 15, but less than 10. And I'm like, dang.
If you should have less than 20, in my personal opinion. And that's like I have 17, maybe I have 18 right now. And like, that's a lot for me. Like I'm not doing the best job I could be making sure I'm managing that as well as I can, and I focus on this stuff a lot. So
yeah, exactly.
I would say like 10 to 12 is really kind of like the most you should really have, and I'll get to that point. I have made the decision I'm not buying any more new coins without first selling probably 2 entire positions. And then it'd be a really short-term speculative play, because I do not want to have more coins than I currently have.
Well said. Well said. Okay, we have a lot of other questions rolling in, and I see Tori is still playing around. Thank you for the gifts. I do appreciate it. But you absolutely don't have to send us a gift unless you want to join the team, which apparently there is a Discord role for. That is pretty cool. I'm still working on this subscription thing, kind of behind the scenes here. If you want to hear about a project, especially because we want to orient this show towards helping new people get up to speed, let us know what you like about it. If you want to know about Moonwell, or you want to know about, I see Axelar in the comments. I've never heard of Axelar. Why do you ask about it today?
Mac has made a video on it. He's big on it.
Is he?
Yeah.
Do you know what it does? Where it's from? What it came here to do?
I haven't given it a ton of attention because Axelar focuses a lot on hardware, like your node that you can buy and you can like mine or whatever. And they have like other hardware options, and I just stay away from crypto projects that like really focus on hardware, because typically they're just like coins that do well for a tiny little bit and then they go absolutely to zero. But like Max,
so like a block dag or like a Aether.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, Axelar. Wait, no, sorry, I was thinking Aether. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah,
I am
it's okay.
totally different coin. I'm totally different coin. My fault.
About it.
I'm thinking of Aether.
Then we can look it up. We can look Axelar up. I always like the opportunity, but let us know in the comments what you like about Axelar. And since somebody did ask about Aether, I will say I agree with Will. I think if your only product is a token or a tool that allows you to get a token, that it might be a speculative success in the short term, but that in the long term, unless you introduce some kind of product, then probably you are exit liquidity for someone else. Most of these companies have raised money from venture capitalists or late stage venture capitalists, and they are looking for a token to help them offload that liquidity to you and make a return on their investment.
Doesn't mean you can't make money off of it, though.
Doesn't mean you can't make money off it, but I would say for most people watching, the game is stacked against you. The game is absolutely stacked against you specifically. In favor of team members, venture capitalists, late-stage venture capitalists. And if you wanted to make money on it, I would say be early. I would say be ready to move in and out quickly. That's not the kind of investment that you buy and then say, oh, shucks, how do I get on this chain? How do I get off this chain? Do I have to use a bridge? What's it going to cost me? Is there a lockup period? That kind of stuff. You got to know that stuff before you click the buy button. Or just be prepared to lose that money.
Yep.
Alex, what are you looking at? Yeah.
Well, the thing I've been standing here holding for 10 minutes.
I thought you were just like doing some computer work, man. I can't see that far.
Actually, also your hands were so steady that for a second I thought it was like on a stand, and then I saw this.
Yeah, Alex, absolutely nobody can see what you're looking at.
I know.
Unless you tell us. Okay.
I was waiting for my moment. So someone asked a question that I see all the time about all kinds of different stuff, and it's just where do I buy whatever? So here's a great opportunity to shout out someone I'm trying to seduce. CoinGecko, I'm talking to you. All you have to do is go to the Gecko and look up the thing that you are curious about. You'll get all that beautiful information, handy dandy little thing. If there's any active warnings, they do a good job of putting it up. So I guess they have recently migrated from an old contract to a new contract, and you can click, I assume, and read both of them, which is kind of neat. And then it links out to a social media post from them where it describes exactly what happened. What is it? Yada, yada. Scroll down a little bit. Boom. Markets. Here's every single place you can buy it.
Beautiful. This show is not sponsored by CoinGecko, but it could be.
It's about to be. CoinGecko, I'm coming for you.
I would love it.
Yeah, baby.
So there you go.
Real quick, I do want to give a thought. One thing in the comments that somebody has asked about is, where is it? Who is it? I want to speak directly to you. Oh, shucks. Somebody, Connie Mac, was asking us, is QFS wallet something I need? I'm hearing a lot about it, migrating my crypto to it. QFS, also known as Quantum Financial Service, is a scam. It is totally a scam. Quantum computing is real. The quantum financial service, the flipping of the switch, the takeover of the system, the great reset,
The thing that we've
especially
been hearing about for ages and ages and ages, and
it is if it is coming, going to come through all kinds of official channels. It is not going to come from your favorite influencer or somebody impersonating them online. There are many, many, many people online right now using this, and some of them have a history of scamming to take your money, to either extract money from you for information they claim they have, or they will build a piece of software that is designed to take your money, and they will use your fear to get you to send it to them or send you compromising information that they can use to get that money. We know people that have lost lots of money on scams like this. QFS is a scam. And I would say, generally speaking, any cryptocurrency community creator you're hanging out with that advocates for that kind of thing, or where everybody's talking about it in their comments, that's a space I would limit your time in, and be extra skeptical. I would equate that to like the cigarettes of the cryptocurrency space. Maybe there's a more apt analogy, but I'm trying to stop smoking cigarettes. I'm trying to remove that from my life. No shame, no judgment. I do it. I know it's bad for me. So even though I do it, I try not to do it often. That QFS, just don't do it. Just say no.
that's one of those things that I'm trying to. There are good comparisons for that kind of stuff. It's like doomsday preppers who use the fear of an apocalyptic or near apocalyptic event to like sell you their book or to sell you their toolkit or something like that. Like people who grift on fear to sell you a thing because they have no other way to get you to do it than to scare the shit out of you. That's kind of the thing. Like, but it's one of those moments where, and I'm a skeptic. I like a good conspiracy theory. We can talk about these kinds of things, but I also make a very concerted effort to be reasonable about all of the things, and just that whole, QFS, great reset, like all of this kind of stuff, just it seriously makes no sense. Like there's got to be some kind of an avenue where you can see like, okay, like if, then yes. So what's the, I don't even know what the entire narrative is. I just know enough to know that like I'm being taken for a ride when it comes to crypto, because it's like a whole bunch of cryptos that are US dollar equivalent backed or measured value in USD. That's going to be the thing that we're resetting to. Basically the same shit, just like another way to get.
Yeah, often, Sonoran makes the
dollars?
comment here, often it's tied to talk about very legitimate stuff, like possibly our government and many governments around the world may implement something like a central bank digital currency. It is never as severe or apocalyptic as somebody online may want you to believe in order to make you afraid, to tell you it is part of a plan to reset the system, and therefore often the narrative of QFS is like, you need to upgrade to QFS because more or less your money is going to stop working tomorrow, your banks are getting shut down, they are doing this behind the scenes, this is how you will get rich. Sometimes there's an infinite money glitch. And let me say to you, this is the other thing about a lot of these crypto scams and QFS specifically. If you find that your algorithm is serving you things like QFS or free money or easy money, something that sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The crypto space, especially if you're new here, a lot of people think about the money first, and they think the money is easy, and they think the money is just like just there. All they got to do is like click some stuff. It is not that easy. Anybody can do crypto and learn crypto, and even learn to trade crypto to, create opportunities for themselves through investments. But it is not. It's not that easy.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
about
a lot of
QFS.
bad stuff about QF. I'll put a link in the Discord.
I don't know anything about it.
I'll put a link in the Discord. There are some really helpful websites, but just generally speaking, if you're seeing that kind of content, I would be wary of anything your algorithm serves you. Wouldn't you guys agree? Like the more it serves you one thing, the more likely like we're never not going to see crypto content now. We have basically probably cemented ourselves into a corner of TikTok where it's always going to know
Yeah.
that we like crypto and send us a lot of it. But it
I
sends
almost
me
get
particular flavors.
none of it.
Really?
I get none of it. No, my
Do you
TikTok
tell it that?
algorithm.
Like,
No. It's just, and I do it subconsciously. If there's a TikTok video, I scroll past it immediately. Immediately, and it's because like when I'm on TikTok, when I'm making TikToks, I'm very focused on it. But when I'm on TikTok, I want it to be like a quick little escape from everything that I'm working on. So my TikTok algorithm is history stuff, anime, cute, adorable animals, funny skits, and then just like the random bullshittery of TikTok, like gnomes versus knights.
that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and that's it. So like, it's interesting. Like I was DMing with DeFi Daddy because he's going to be in Bitcoin Nashville, and I want to meet him, and there are a few other people I'm trying to meet up with. And he was like, "Oh yeah, dude." I was like, "No, I'm at the hotel next to the conference." He's getting like an Airbnb with a bunch of other influencers, and he's like,
Well, that's
"Yeah."
cool.
He name dropped all these people, and I knew like one other name, and I was like, "Dude, I have no idea who these people are. You guys would probably know them so well." And I was like, "I ain't got a fucking clue." He's like, "You don't know who these people are?" I was like, "Dude, I do not listen to crypto influencers on TikTok. I don't. I'm one of them. I do not. I don't listen to them at all. So like my TikTok algorithm, I get almost zero crypto stuff except for what you guys post, what Casey Craig posts, what Mac posts, and then like what Josh posts. And then like everything else for the most part. And even then like I'm not watching all the videos cuz like when I'm watching and consuming TikTok, it's an escape from work. And even though I love crypto, it is a part of my air quote career now, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
So that's it. So people are like, dude, like, what do you think of Calvin Hill? And I'm like, I know he's huge. I haven't watched a single one of his videos, and I couldn't even tell you what the guy looks like.
Well, that's good for you, man. I could do without. I could do without ever having seen Calvin Hill. If you're trying to get in touch with these resources, Connie Mack, thank you for asking. The best way to find our Discord server and to get connected with our community, and it's totally free to come in there, ask your questions, post your links, is theriseupmorningshow.com. If the link there to our Discord doesn't work, because all that is, it's just a simple front page with a bunch of different links. All our official links, our newsletter, but the Rise Up Morning Show, the Discord community, that's the one you want. If the links don't work, follow me, follow Will, follow Alex. We've all got links. Sometimes they don't work. We will make sure that you get the link to get in the Discord community. And especially somebody said a while ago, Discord's not easy to use. I get it. I agree. It's not. Alex and I are filming a video this week to help you navigate our specific Discord server. And we've really worked hard to get a lot of great people in there and structure it as simply as possible. But I know that there's a learning curve. And if you have feedback about that, stick with us and help us learn to make it better for you. Please don't give up on us just because it's difficult. The most important thing you can do in crypto is to get into a group of people where you like the vibe, so to speak, who are going to help you avoid scams. Anybody can learn this stuff. Somebody in the comments, Fear, said, avoiding scams is easy. That may be true, but it takes a little bit of experience. And if you're new, you really don't know what to look for. But now, man, if Alex or Will or I see a link that is a scam, most of the time it looks like the same kind of stuff we've been seeing for years, right, guys? I mean, like it honestly,
Yep.
somebody can send us a link and we just know. So you'll get there. We can help. And so can all our friends. TheRiseUpMorningShow.com is the place to go. What do you guys think about that?
About what exactly?
Oh, just life and all of it about this notion I guess the notion specifically that it can be easy to avoid scams if you know what you're looking for. And I also maybe enough has been said about that. I also saw a really good comment that I'd love your comment on about, well, you were talking, both of you, about the amount of tokens you hold. Somebody specifically said, I hold over 100 tokens and it's because I'm afraid of missing out on an opportunity. Will's given his take on this. He made a great video about it. Alex, I'd like your take on it. My take was you're also missing out on an opportunity by not building deeper conviction in fewer tokens. Like
Yeah.
that is also missing out on an opportunity. You're never not going to get rich just because you didn't buy one token one time. I mean, am I right? What do you think, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, I could fill a book with the number of things that I've like been lightly aware of and then not bought and then they've run.
The tokens I didn't buy. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, a hundred. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I love you. 100 is insane. There is no way you're keeping up with even half of that unless your full-time job, and I mean 24/7, is sitting in front of your computer tracking all current events and even then, not only do you have to be aware of it, you have to like think about how every single one of them could affect one of your investments. And the FOMO is just the thing that's driving that. Not like, I guarantee that if we sat down with your 100 and I just asked you to explain each one of them to me, if you could do it, first of all, I would be mind blown, and you should be making content about this kind of stuff. But I highly doubt it. That's excessive.
The only way that holding 100 coins works is if you're doing two things.
Running a hedge fund.
Well, yes. So one is running a hedge fund, but two would be if every single one of those 100 coins are spread out into meme coins, and every single one of those meme coins you are able to buy in at below a $10 million market cap, and you created this 100 meme coin portfolio in the early days of the bull run, which for us would have been like the middle of 2023 to the end of 2023. That is the only way that portfolio works out, because you don't have to manage it, because you're going to have 10 meme coins that absolutely blow up. And then you're going to have probably 60 to 70 of them rug or be total scams, and then a handful of other ones that'll do just fine. But the amount of money that 10% makes you will overcome the losses that you completely threw away for 70% of your portfolio. That's the only way that works. Because you don't have to manage the rug pulls.
Yeah, exactly. You just forget about them. You just don't.
Yeah, it goes to zero and you don't have money anymore.
Easy peasy. Alex, real quick question about CoinGecko, our sponsor to be.
Yeah.
When you're on CoinGecko on desktop, because I can't use it on mobile at this moment, and you look at a token, when you click similar coins, does that take you to, they have a list and a categories feature, which I love. But how can I see which lists and categories a token belongs to from its own page? Is that a thing? Like, I'm trying to help Focus Kid out, who asked, is there an Arkham Intelligence competitor? And I honestly don't know. So I went to their page and I looked at, all I see is related coins I may like, but I don't think these coins are related at all.
So if you're on the desktop version and you're looking at the profile for whatever, like what are we looking at? What's the token?
Arkham Intelligence. ARKHAM.
Is it like a white pentacle?
Yeah, white on black. It looks like ChatGPT, but inverse.
All right. So scroll down on the info category. There's contract, website, blah blah blah, and then down there's categories. So it's in AI, analytics, Binance Launchpad, Coinbase Ventures portfolio, and Binance Labs portfolio, which is that's probably video worthy. The fact that that's right there, and you can see like all of the different narratives that it's participating in, which could increase the likelihood that something rips if it's at least.
Hey guys, I got to run for an emergency work thing. Sadly.
Okay. Be safe. Tell everybody we love them, and we'll see you soon.
Will do. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
You did. So that's
Will's like a fireman. Sometimes he has emergencies and he has to run. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I will make fun of him later for his work-related sales emergency.
Yeah, an emergency, William. An emergency. Okay, that's very helpful. So, Focus Kid, I would personally say I went here to look at this because I don't know of any competitors to Arkham. Arkham, for people who don't know, is like it claims to be an AI platform that uses AI to like de-anonymize blockchain and on-chain data so that you can track it more easily. It makes it more available for people to use, which is a great use case for blockchain. Because if you learn to read the Blockchain Explorer, you might say, "Wow, this is hard and not very user friendly."
Yeah.
Arkham presumably connects some dots for you. I don't know how necessary and vital the AI component of it is, or frankly, the crypto token is for it to do that. And I don't know what competitors it has. So that's why I came here. I don't think AI is a good category necessarily to. I wouldn't compare this to Tao, for example, who wants to distribute people's ability to access GPUs. Like that's a way different use case. And that's a problem with narratives like AI. That makes it hard for people to tell what's a good investment and what's a bad investment, what's likely to make money right now and what's not. Although, did you see what Rocket Man posted, Alex, in terms of like narrative investments? He posted a great graphic from CoinGecko. Guys, call us. That showed their Q2 most active cryptos according to category. And it was just a simple bar chart. It's in the Discord, in the general chat, just a few messages back from Rocket Man. Do you want to guess what the number one narrative category on CoinGecko was this last quarter? Or just, give me a couple of them. We've got meme coins, there's AI, there's gaming, there's RWA, there's DPIN. What do you think is the most popular narrative by web traffic in Q2 of 2024 on CoinGecko?
I would imagine it has to be memes.
It has to be memes. He's right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Alex. Do you have a guess at what number 2 is?
I would probably, I would tentatively say real world assets.
My God, he's done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Are you cheating?
I'm just going. I'm agreeing with the chat, but also I said that because Larry Fink has been talking about it, and there's a lot of shit floating around about it. And Ondo is the darling of this cycle, at least on TikTok.
Okay, I'm absolutely going to keep this going because I really enjoy using the soundboard. And this is your next question. Chat and Alex, what is the number 3 trending popular narrative on CoinGecko for Q2? Do you got one for me?
We're getting into the weeds now.
Tell me this, and then I'm going to give you some analysis. I'm not going to make you guess all 12.
AI.
Is that your final answer?
It's not 100% confident, but it's probably the one I'm going to go with.
Alex, you did it. You won the $1 million. That's the third most popular narrative. Okay, so
There it is.
the whole reason I bring this up is honestly because first of all, memes are number 1, and it's not even close. Okay, it's not even close. They're at least 3 percentage points ahead of number 2, which looks like a lot when you're looking at it on this bar graph. Real world assets, meme coins, real world assets, artificial intelligence. Number 4 is Solana meme coins. So technically, meme coins have now 20% of the search volume. Then Solana ecosystem, then base ecosystem, then base meme coins. So meme coins altogether have about 25% of the web traffic on CoinGecko, which is wild. And to be fair, it's a consumer crypto website. BlackRock is probably not what should I buy on CoinGecko, although it might be, I don't know. DPIN and gaming are less than 5%. And then the last trending topic on here is the ton ecosystem, 1%. Other surprising narratives are BRC20, Layer 1, and cat themed. So there you go. Yeah, I'm surprised by gaming too, but what do you think about that, Alex? That's one of the reasons I brought that up. Are you surprised that gaming projects who have crypto tokens are not more popular by search traffic on CoinGecko?
No.
Yeah, tell me more.
So we all are aware that TikTok is an echo chamber in and of itself, and then your individual niches within TikTok are their own little echo chambers. TikTok has no clue what the hell is going on in crypto. Like, even if all you do is sidestep one social media echo chamber and just go to Twitter instead of TikTok, come back, go over on Twitter and read about Web3 gaming, for example. That's the most relevant example. And then come back to TikTok and start listening to the way people talk about it. They have no clue what they're talking about. I watched a relatively populated live yesterday with some creator who I had actually never seen before. I don't remember the name. It was an easy, like, no thank you, who just like so confidently told people that Avalanche is the winner of Web3 gaming, and the only thing that's needed is a good game, and as soon as a good game comes out, it's going to rip, and that's all we're waiting for. And it was so confident, and I was like, bro, you've never spent 3 seconds Googling that, let alone like done enough research to say that. Because there is a clear winner. It's Ronin, and it's not even close. And no one on TikTok ever talks about Ronin, but Ronin has more players, more games, more volume, like more everything than Avalanche. Immutable X is killing it. They are huge and they are growing. Beam is killing it. They're great. They have a sweet product, really interesting ideas. Avalanche is in the conversation, but right now Avalanche is Shrapnel. And Shrapnel's great. They're wonderful. They're great human beings, and the game is fun. But there's like 3 or 4 others. Like, there's a bunch, and TikTok has no clue that they exist. So right now, there's a lot of really good games. I mean, Gods Unchained, the token was up like 30% yesterday, and that game's been out for years, and it's good. Like, if you like Magic Arena or kind of that like digital tabletop sort of vibe, it's not as robust as Magic Arena, but it's fun. Like, I played it years ago and it was good, and it's still good. I saw a comment about Super. Cool. They got stuff going on too. There's tons of games. There are so many games. You just got to go look and then try them, and then no one can tell you that the game is fun. Like, I can sit here and tell you that Plants vs Zombies is really fun, and Evan might hate that game.
Alex, what about gaming infrastructure? Like,
we're good.
Arcade was on our show, and we talked to them about their platform. People always want to know about Gala. Do we have the right infrastructure in place for Web3 games to be great?
We're fine. Yeah, it's time to focus more on like kind of figuring out how Web3 and games fit together. There's some discrepancy between like the way that a game would integrate Web3 stuff, whether or not it's trying to be a game that is hosted on blockchain, or just a game that like integrates something blockchain related to, like, give you an NFT, or just runs an economy with an actual token, stuff like that. So I know there's a lot of conversation amongst like the bigger creators and like the Wolves DAO people about the nature of extraction in Web3 gaming. Like how we'll have a game, but most of the focus is really on the token and trying to just like get as much value out of people as possible using the token, and then all of the different methodologies for launching a token, or for maintaining one, or how you'd run airdrops and all that sort of stuff. That's what the conversation's really about. And there's a bunch of drama. Gala is always in the drama. They're suing each other, and their games are notoriously extractive, not really focused on gameplay, more focused on like how to acquire more token or how to convince people to get more token. So I would skip Gala personally. There also there's a pretty big Twitter personality who has been talking about gaming for ages, Jesus Martinez, and he was like a Gala ambassador, and they essentially like fired him for questioning stuff. And he's a great person to read opinions from. He writes very well and very often. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're good on infrastructure now. Games are continuing to come out, and that's what we just need to see more of. We just need more and more and more games to come out, so people have more and more choices. But I mean, Moonray, Bloodloop, Shrapnel, Parallel, Gods Unchained. These are, every game I just named, and there's more. There's plenty more that I'm not aware of or don't immediately pop into my mind, that are great, that are fun, that like work really well and that you can go play right now, and the vast majority of them you can start for free. So I just that's that's a big takeaway here. Stop using TikTok to like get that kind of information. If you want like a good litmus test about how involved or how informed someone is, just ask like a TikTok creator about Web3 gaming and see what they say. And fact check everything I just said. You know, like you don't have to take my word for it. These are things that you can go off and see. I can tell you with confidence that if someone on TikTok tells you there's no good Web3 games, it's because they've never looked. There's a ton. Parallel is so good.
Is
Guys,
it? What is Parallel? And also, is Plants vs Zombies a Web3 game? Because I have never played it, and Tori was worried that I didn't like it because Tori
Plants
likes it.
vs Zombies is not a Web3 game.
Isn't that Isn't that an old game?
Yes, it's a timeless.
It's
fantastic.
Okay, I think I may have played it, and I honestly don't remember how I felt about it. I think I played it once.
It's fantastic. Yeah,
Okay.
Evan. There's
Probably would love it.
that, the next time you come over, we should have a game kind of day. I'll make you play some Overcooked. Nothing will stress you out and get your blood pumping like Overcooked. You think Mario Kart destroys friendships? You haven't played Overcooked.
Oh my gosh. I would love that, Alex. Last time we hung out at Alex's house, we went on a romantic date in downtown Savannah, shoveled dog shit, and then had an herbal party on the couch and fell asleep to Predator. It was wonderful. But there was no gaming.
There was no gaming.
So, you know.
So yeah. Anyway, that is how I would test people. But no, Parallel. So Parallel started. It's been a bit. Parallel's been a thing for a while. So that's another thing that, you know, just makes me bearish on TikTok creators is like, guys, these things are not even new. It's not like you just missed this week's news. It's like you've been snoozing for months. So Parallel it's kind of tabletop-esque. Like at first it was sort of, you know, like card related, you know, like you're collecting cards and the cards are characters. It's just here. I'll show you because it's really cool. Hang on.
Okay, nerd. While Alex is pulling it up, let me make a quick PSA to say, if you're just joining the show, welcome. Helpful Web3 news, commentary, answers to your crypto questions for learners at all levels of experience. There's no such thing as a dumb question here. We are getting a little into the weeds because we like this stuff and we spend a lot of time here. But if you have any question about anything at all, this is a great place to ask it. And so is our Discord community. It's free to join and ask your question at the riseupmorningshow.com. If you want to know what we think about a project, this is the tax you must pay. If you ask our thoughts on this, that, the other, you must tell us what you think about it first. Why you like it, why you're asking, why you're skeptical. Those kind of things help us help you. We love you. Thank you. Tell me what I'm looking at.
So, first of all, shout out On-Chain Summer.
Love it.
So Parallel, it's a tabletop kind of card game, you know, but digital with some like better, more involved graphics and cool things to watch. But essentially, you just compile a battle deck of stuff, and then you fight other people with your deck. It's very sci-fi heavy. You know, you're kind of accumulating armies. There's different. Let me get a little closer here. So first of all, shout out! It's free to play. You can just start and give it a shot. You know, energy system, which is pretty common in, you know, everything from Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, whatever. The idea of, you know, accumulating and banking energy to do your stuff. You know, who are you aligned with? And then lots of different game modes. I think that they've done a really good job. Just kind of, you know, setting up to like onboard new people. This is one of those games that I hear talked about a lot, along with Shrapnel. That's great for onboarding because it's very, very game focused. This is not sponsored by Parallel, but it should be. And yeah, I mean, it's parallel.life. I definitely recommend going and giving it a little peek.
Very cool. Very cool. I love stuff we can actually use. Stuff we can actually touch. That's the utility. I'm into it. I just lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry.
Well, here, let me
Pick me up. Help me out.
Cobalt, my friend. My friend, listen to me, please. I'm asking you nicely to listen to me. This is directly to you. I'm reading all of these comments. I'm reading that you are now trying to address Evan instead of me, because I keep telling you to stop asking those questions. Stop. You have to stop. The reason that your portfolio is gone is because this is the way that you conduct yourself in crypto.
Oh, yes, I see.
And online.
What is a more helpful way to go about it, Alex? And can you give me an example for somebody who's not read in on the situation? What kind of question is unhelpful and what kind of question is helpful?
The non-helpful questions are, what should I buy? What do you think of this, that, and this? I'm trying to make money. I need to 10x my portfolio. I just lost everything and I'm trying to rebuild it. You're going to keep losing it if you don't know what's in the portfolio. Evan and I could sit here right now and give you 5 things that we think you should buy. And you could go do it and we could be wrong and you could get screwed.
Or we could be right. And you would have to ask us when to sell. Or you would need to have the acumen to know how to sell. All kinds of things that asking the question, what should I buy, won't answer for you.
You're going to continue to lose your money if that's how you do it. Because like Evan just said, if you need someone, a face on a screen, to tell you what to buy and when to buy it, you also need that person to tell you what to sell and when to sell it. And spoiler alert, they're never going to tell you in a timely fashion. You're never going to, you're going to be in a constant state of emergency, having to come back and forth to TikTok and then go out there and oh God, I don't know, this price is going down. Is it actually bad news or is it just normal? And now I have to go panic ask all these people and then oh crap, I don't know. And now I'm underwater and I don't know if it's going to keep going. I guess I'll just panic sell and get rid of this thing because maybe it's, and then you're just going to keep losing. I wouldn't be targeting you with this kind of commentary, but you do this all the time. And I see you in other lives doing this all the time. I'm telling you, you have to start figuring out why you like something or why you think something could be good. You're spending the time. You're here all the time. You're spending so much time watching this stuff and learning about it and hearing names of cryptocurrencies that you might or might not be interested in and trying to figure out whether or not you should buy it or not. And I'm going to use you as your own proof right now. How's that working out for you? Because according to your comments, you lost the whole portfolio and you need to rebuild it, so you need a 10x really quick. That's not a real thing. No one's going to just be oh, yeah, you just need a real quick 10x. I got this one for you.
Let me just whip this out.
Evan and I would not be here right now. We would be multimillionaires floating, drinking rum out of a coconut in the Bahamas. That's where I would be. I wouldn't be on.
I would still be here. I honestly would probably still be here because I think it's really entertaining. But I would. There would be signs. I'd have a lot more rings on my fingers.
I'd probably be scraping dog shit right now instead of doing this. So, just take the time that you're already spending because you're already putting in the work and you're already putting in the effort. You're just focusing on the wrong thing.
Yeah, and some of the helpful things. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You rugged for me. Go ahead.
Go use some of these resources to learn. Take a thing that here's an actionable piece of advice for you. Take a thing that an influencer is shilling. Don't buy it. Just note it. Okay, so here I've seen 3 or 4 people talking about this cryptocurrency. Turn off TikTok. Get off of TikTok. Go Google that name. And then just see where it takes you and try to figure out, why are these people talking about this? Is it being talked about on other social media platforms? Okay, so I'm seeing it's trending on Twitter right now. Let's go read some of these posts. Why is it trending? Okay, I'm not really getting anything great. It's just doing a whole lot of shilling. So let's go to their website. Okay, sweet. And I'm going to go and try to figure out, okay, what's their value proposition? Does this token need to exist? Why are they in the news right now? Oh, it's because they just signed this and this big partnership. Okay, cool. Is that actually a good thing? And then just start chasing Machinery, I swear to God, dude, I'm gonna
Did
find
you
where
see
you
my
are.
comment? I said I took that personally, man.
I'm gonna pants you. I think honestly, I think if I had to pick like one person who I've just like known exclusively through TikTok live and TikTok comments, Machinery's got to be like one of my OGs, one of my just mega OGs. Like has just been here for so long.
Okay, so
Um,
but don't let your love for machinery distract you from this great strategy.
yes,
So
yes.
so listen to what they're saying and let your listening lead you to information is where you kind of left us off. You notice somebody's talking about something and then what?
Yeah. And then you need to step away from all of that and you need to have an investment strategy that is, tailored to yourself. Nobody but you can tell you this unless you have a legitimate like financial advisor that you go to talk about investment strategies and someone who like intimately knows your budget, your like what you can afford, what kinds of things you expect out of an investment, that sort of stuff. You gotta if you lost a portfolio and now you're trying to rebuild it, right? Like, okay, so to me, that tells me already that you probably are feeling a bit panicked or a bit upset because you lost more than you could actually afford to lose. So you need to figure out, like, okay, hey, what's an amount of money that like I could just put in a box and tuck under the bed and forget that it exists and be fine and still pay all my bills and still meet all my expenses and still be able to save enough to hit my savings threshold and still have my walking around money or whatever it is. That's the amount. Whatever is in the shoebox, that's the amount that you can put, into something like a crypto. Okay. So no one but you can decide what it is that you can afford to lose. That's it. Don't put any more than that into stuff. Never take what someone like me or someone like Evan or someone else on a TikTok live says to you as like the buy signal. That's not the end all be all. That should be step one. Okay, I've got the name of something. So I'm scrolling through TikTok and I've got my paper and I am seeing crypto content and I'm writing down the names of the things that they're talking about. And now I'm going to go read about them somewhere that's not TikTok. And that's what I'm going to do. And I also happen to know that I haven't seen a single comment from you, so I feel like you might have just poofed. So let me know if I'm just talking to thin air, but this applies to everybody. If
No Cobalt's here.
you can tell a trend in the types of things that you're constantly asking about because they're almost always memes. And they're almost always the memes that are being shilled really heavily, which is usually a pretty good indication that you should be extra careful. Because if everybody knows about the meme and if everyone is like hoping that that meme's going to make them money, you got to remember that the only way a meme makes anyone money is to take it from one person and give it to another. So you need someone to be buying the top for you to sell the top. And if that's the case, you're extremely likely to miss the top.
Can I give some are you ready to pass this baton?
Go ahead.
Okay, Cobalt. Know this too. We're telling you this because we care about you, man. We want you to be wealthy in all the ways, monetarily and otherwise. And it is not enough. Once you do the research that Alex tells you about, a lot of the time, people in the comments have been giving you golden advice. A lot of the time, it's too late. By the time you hear about Render or Blender or Aerodrome or Moonwell or whatever from influencers 1, 2, and 3, the chart has already done this. And most crypto projects, most of them, I'm not just talking about meme coins, I'm talking about every cryptocurrency you could possibly name, and a lot of them in the top 100, have heavy bag holders who live in their community who are looking for somebody to sell that token to. They have hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollar valuations. These companies are overvalued. Most of them don't have any product but a token. And so, for you, it is often too late. The best thing to do with this knowledge and research is not to decide, should I buy this token every influencer is talking about? The goal of your research should be, because you are paying attention, the next time something crosses your radar, if you're in places like Base, watching someone like Jesse Pollock, and you are the first person to hear about a token, that you have the skills, acumen, network, and experience to evaluate whether or not you think before that token does those things, is its chart going to go up? Is it going to be something? And that's how you build what we call conviction. Because if you're always looking outside for conviction, it's not going to matter. I ask people like Alex, what do you think about this? Because Alex knows me. We have a personal relationship. It would be unhelpful for me to ask Coach Ty or Calvin Hill about a token. Those guys don't know what I value. The other thing you can do with your research is you can learn more about business, products, services, companies. Like, is there a company that you love that other people also love? What makes that company successful? What's their product or service like? Do this in lots of industries. It's kind of a fun game to play because then, or try starting a company yourself, because then you get good at playing the game of like what works in business and what doesn't. And you will get better at being able to tell when a crypto project is just a chart that hasn't gone up yet, or if it's an actual substantive solution that will change people's lives by adding value to them. If you can learn those two things, be early because you're paying attention in the right places and you know how to analyze stuff and you know how to tell if a product has substance, and all of it is going back to, does this work for me? If that's the question you're answering, you're going to be just fine. You're totally going to be just fine, Cobalt. So like Alex said, you're already spending the time here. Just change the way your compass is pointing. And if you have more questions, let us know. Excellent support from the chat. Thank you, my friends.
Yep.
We got the best people watching the show. The best people, believe me. So if you're one of the best people and you want to show your support for us like that, tap the screen, let people know we're here, share the live, let them know we're helping out, and join us in the Discord if you need a community to belong to. We've got all kinds of stuff that you can participate in. Pretty much all of it is free. Some of it is paid. And honestly, Cobalt, if you had $20 lying around and you wanted to make an investment, I feel quite confident saying you would probably be well served to invest in knowledge. And we've got some courses coming up. We've got one coming up Friday, how to spot scams. It's all available for you at theriseuppmorningshow.com. We'd love to help you. No FOMO. This is not every morning. Somebody asked about the Rise Up Morning Show. The Rise Up Morning Show is live. When, Alex? Monday through Thursday, of course. 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. We get our coffee, we set our mugs on the table, and we answer your crypto questions. And the show lives 24/7 on the Discord server. We post all the live streams to YouTube, and we've even got a newsletter that, until further notice, is going out at least once a week. I might at any time start sending it bi-weekly, but it's the best, briefest bits from the show. Anything we talk about, we link to it. If there was an idea or a discussion point, we throw it there. I hate newsletters. Newsletters suck. So it's a one-time a weekly thing. It's mostly bullet points and a couple quick links to, here's what you missed. Because who has time to tune into a live show every single day all the time? Alex has already told you, once he gets his $1 million, he's peacing out.
I said I'd do the live. I'm just going to be on my yacht. I
can't believe you said that. Listen, man, you're not taking us with you? I mean, hopefully when you get the yacht, the show will be live on the yacht and on, ESPN or something. I don't know.
My point here is that if I ever stumble upon that crystal ball that just tells me exactly which ones are going to 10x exactly when, we will all go get our own yachts. But sadly, the crystal ball doesn't exist and no one has any clue where anything's going to go. And that's why you don't listen and buy stuff when TikTokers tell you to buy it.
Exactly. I have probably about 15 minutes until I need to get on my horse and ride my pony out into the sunset. So let me know what questions you have. The Chog said, can we talk about what's up in the market right now? Do you mean what is up in terms of price? Or do you mean like what's going on? Because I said, hey, yeah, like that. I've noticed a couple times in the live that XRP is apparently having a big day in terms of volume and price.
Oh, yeah.
Really? I'm impressed by that. We're having a moment, certainly because Bitcoin has hit 65,000. I think we're kind of getting past the Germany FUD that happened last week, where Germany was selling a lot of Bitcoin. I think people are moving past their fear of Mount Gox, realizing that a lot of those holders were not, in fact, going to be sellers. Um, I'm not entirely sure what other kind of bullish narratives are out there right now, but that's the kind of stuff I'm observing. What are you seeing, Alex? And what are you seeing? Let us know. Oh, and the question to clarify is, why is shit pumping when it's not supposed to be? What an interesting way to phrase it. Not supposed to be.
Well, I would say actually that right now there's kind of like, I feel like we're almost at a little bit of an impasse, in the market, and we're kind of like, one of the things is gonna, what's the line from Batman? Evan, I would ask you, but you don't know what Batman is.
I was like, nope.
When an unstoppable force meets an
immovable object. I actually do know that. Yeah.
So
that's the only part I know.
Not supposed to be. I don't know if I would say it that way. I think that, lots of people kind of expect, like retail expects things to be moving right now. But they're sort of boring, just because there's just sort of been this like relentless onslaught of bad news, but then also there's like this good news that's coming out. And that's kind of the way that, I don't know. I think honestly, I think that's a bit of a healthier way for things to work, instead of just like arbitrarily screaming straight up like a rocket or just dumping into the ground for no reason. So right now, what I gather is that XRP and Ripple, got some good news in the old lawsuit that we might finally be, because it's not over yet. They're still going. That they might finally be heading out of the woods. I think that comes also from just the fact that the recent Supreme Court decision kneecapped the SEC's ability to do things the way they have been doing it. So as a result, I mean, what's the percentage? XRP is up like 30% in the last couple of days.
Yeah, 35% on the week.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. And if you zoom out to 30 days because of the range, it's only about 23%. Since January 1, it's ranged between 71 and about 45. Mm-hmm. But it's gone a little higher and a little lower. And fun fact, if you're into swing trading, XRP is a great token to learn on because there's a ton of news about it. And it has some pretty consistent ranges that it's not going to go anywhere tomorrow. But I'm sorry I derailed you, but that's the range that people have been seeing. It ranges.
Yeah. So, other than that, like we said, a couple. Actually, here, hold on, give me 2 seconds, because there was a tweet that I saw earlier that I thought did a great job of summarizing the things. It was written very inflammatorily, but it still did a great job.
Somebody said 45% on the week. I am not sure. Did I do the math wrong? I'm seeing 45 to 61. That's not 44%.
No, it's not. Okay, here we go.
That's like 20%. 21, 2, 2, 5. And it looks like a lot of traders who are influential have been calling for this. So it could be an influx of, XRP attention. I'm not entirely sure.
So here we go. Like I said, the tweet's a little inflammatory, but it's kind of funny. It starts off, TA, how's this for TA? Germany's out of coins. The Mt. Gox distribution has now started. FTX is reimbursing $16 billion to people who are already into crypto. We've got pro-crypto candidates that are probably going to win. The new VP candidate is a millennial pro-crypto. Side note, very interesting. I've seen a lot of ZachXBT tags on Twitter about like, hey, has JD Vance ever dumped on people? Or like, what's his history in crypto look like? I've not seen, to be very clear, I have not seen any evidence to support that he has done anything bad with his crypto. I want to make that abundantly clear. But every time people tag ZachXBT 15 times, like, I'm paying attention. So we will keep you posted if anything comes out of that. But if you're not following ZachXBT on Twitter, do yourself a favor, because the dude is gold.
Yeah, I'll post it in the general chat of the Discord server, and you can find the link at theriseupmorningshow.com.
Global liquidity cycle is warming up. Some of these things I'm just reading because they're in the tweet. I am not the person to talk about this because I don't know any of this, half of this shit. Inflation is cooling down. That I do know. September rate cut is getting more and more guaranteed. Equities melting up. There's another thing I can't confirm. AI speculation is fueling a major bull market of economic growth. I think that's code for Nvidia is still pumping. The Bitcoin ETF is the most successful ETF of all time. That's true. The Ethereum ETF is dropping next week. You've got multiple presidential candidates speaking at a Bitcoin conference. There are pending Solana ETF applications, which I will say is interesting that they weren't denied already, because I would have thought they would have been denied. But I think the SEC, I think Gary is getting scared for his job because more and more powerful politicians are telling him that he needs to go away.
Scary Gary.
Yeah. I mean, if the old Trump Vance ticket wins, JD Vance has a speech that I didn't see the date. I don't know how long ago it was, but it's definitely a little bit ago, but recent history, with him just saying that he fundamentally disagrees with Gary Gensler on everything. And not that he's a bad guy, but just that he is not the person to be running this kind of stuff.
He's not that guy, pal.
Larry Fink constantly pitching Bitcoin as a valid asset class now and using the term digital gold while doing all of the BlackRock stuff. And then crypto becoming a bipartisan issue. Crypto has always been a bipartisan issue. That pisses me off because the original crypto legislation was always by these 4 senators, 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats. And it's been like that for years. So that's not news.
I think they mean for voters too. It's bipartisan for voters.
It's true. But then the last line is kind of funny. This line is addressed to people who are just doing TA. We won, you dumb fuck. Stop drawing lines and start believing. The one thing that I thought was okay, obviously this is kind of, inflammatory, incendiary, just to get a bunch of traffic on Twitter, but it's a good little summary.
All good points.
Some of the big stuff that has been keeping prices suppressed or keeping people a little bit scared or nervous and kind of inspiring that conversation that maybe this bull run is already over. And again, to be clear, Evan and I do not know if the bull run is over or if it's not over or not. I hope it's not. But if it did stop and we didn't move anywhere until next year, I would not be surprised, just for the record. But I think he did a good job of summarizing, some of those big things, right? Mt. Gox has been scaring a lot of people because there's a ton of Bitcoin to come back. And a lot of those people, when they receive it, they're theoretically way up from the time that they bought it because it was years and years and years ago. Germany is out of coins. I do think that the Germany thing is funny, but just for the record, again, in Germany's defense, they didn't have a choice. They couldn't have decided to just keep the Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's right.
Been in so much legal trouble if they had done that. They confiscated it through criminal investigations and prosecution and conviction. They had to get rid of it. They can't keep it as a new investment for themselves. They had no choice but to get rid of it. They were on the clock. I'm sure they would have wished that they could have waited one more week, but they would have been accused of so much, malicious tinkering and stalling whatever just to make money off of all of this kind of shit. They had no choice. So it is a funny little meme, and I do enjoy the memes, but just for the record, it's not like they did it on purpose because they hate Bitcoin. It's literally just how legally it works. There's a couple things in here, like I said, that I don't know enough about. Maybe someone can share some stuff in Discord so we can read more about it to see if any of this stuff actually holds water. The global liquidity cycle warming up, equities melting up, that sort of stuff. Like I said, the AI speculation fueling a major bull market of economic growth. I think, I also hear a really good person to follow is Kayla Scanlon. She's on TikTok, but she also just wrote a book, which I have to look up the title. I'll put it in general, but she's phenomenal at breaking down complex economic topics. She's talked a lot about the problems with, the NVIDIA run and the gap and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, interesting stuff.
Yeah, and there's endless stuff you can find about the bull cycle, market cycles. I would say to somebody looking to profit from this kind of information, you can make money whether the market's up or down, but by gaining some experience, some acumen, some perspective, like this information is not going to help you. It's not going to be like, wow, there was an assassination attempt, or wow, Trump is speaking at a conference, or wow, CPI numbers came out. I should go buy Bitcoin, or Bitcoin's going to do a 10x, or XRP is going to the moon. No, 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 no. What is helpful is to look at what is happening, to compare it to what has happened, so that when something happens in the future, or you think something is likely to happen before it happens or as it's happening, you can have more conviction. All of this is about what happens now, not what has already happened. If you're looking at what has already happened, you're looking at a finger pointing to the moose. You're not looking at the moose. Don't look at the finger, or you will miss all that wild, majestic, woody glory. Look at the moose. The moose is in front of you. In the present, in the future, not in the past. Use the past. Look to the future.
What the hell are you talking about?
I've got this moose on my shelf. Usually I would say look at the moon, because that's what the Buddha said. It's like a finger pointing to the moon, but I realized I had a moose, so it's like a finger pointing to a moose.
All right, so let me just rapid fire a couple comment responses here, because I was not reading the chat at all for the last few seconds. XRP ETF, I think, is extremely unlikely, not because it's XRP, but just because it's a smaller asset. It's the same reason I think the Solana ETF is extremely unlikely. ETH is already a stretch just because it's smaller. Bitcoin makes sense because it's more than $1 trillion. When gold was approved, it was 1 or 2 trillion.
I actually think an XRP ETF is more likely than Solana, sure, because of the kind of instrument it is and the kind of narrative around it.
But they're both extremely unlikely, and I wouldn't hold my breath.
I wouldn't either. I think the thing that makes them both unlikely also is how undecentralized they are. Ripple and Solana still hold a lot of the levers, way more than ETH or Bitcoin, and that was a big decision in approving them.
I don't think it makes any sense for XRP, the token, to get an ETF before Ripple, the company, goes public. That makes way more sense. And I'll tell you, right, I don't know. I've said this for years on and off, but like if Ripple went public, I don't own any XRP. I would probably consider holding a little bit of Ripple stock, because I still remain ludicrously impressed that they have continued to operate as a business while paying multiple 9 figures in legal fees, just defending themselves from the SEC onslaught. I mean, good for them. That's very impressive. I don't know where all their money comes from, because it's, Anyway, so Brad, I don't know anything about PokeStarter. Evan, I don't know if you do, but I can read about it. I've seen the question a number of times, so it's
what's the question? Because I know about PokeStarter, but I don't.
Just what's your take on it? What do you think about it?
I think PokeStarter is getting some attention recently because a lot of that marketing money that Polkadot has been spending has been oriented towards attracting people to PokeStarter. It's a launch pad in the Polkadot ecosystem.
It's been around for years. It's not new.
Mm-hmm. I think what I would be looking at is I would go to PokeStarter and look at who is building there. They've got a great website. I just pulled it up. It's super easy. I love the headline, frankly. Get early access to the ideas of tomorrow. Not everybody is going to have. I don't think they have instruments for people who live in the United States to participate in their launch pad as speculators, but you can buy their token. You can buy the tokens of people who launch there. And it's a good place to do your research if you believe in the future of the Polkadot ecosystem. You might not do price predictions. We really don't. But thank you for asking. And I'm happy to speculate generally to say, for example, I think that 10 years from now, Bitcoin will be worth a lot more than it is today. I think eventually Bitcoin will probably be worth $1 million plus a token. That's about as and I would be comfortable saying, I don't know. What did I say about XRP a minute ago where we were talking about the range it traded? I think I said something like, if you want to learn swing trading, XRP is a good token to practice on. And I said that not because I'm telling you the price is going to stay in these levels, but because over time, as I have known that token, that has been a range. It's been in that range for a long, long time. You got plenty of time. It might break out tomorrow. I don't know.
So Cosmic, just for the record, the continuous pushing of that narrative as an idea for like XRP's price prediction is the reason that so many people stay salty bag holders in that token for so long.
Real quick, too, another quick thing is a lot of people have asked about ASI, about Fetch, about Ajax, about Ocean because they're curious or concerned about the merger. I would say everybody who's involved in those tokens, first of all, if you're asking, like, should I buy now? I don't really know. I'm not paying enough attention to it. I think there is some proof to that pudding in terms of our friend Robbie says that Fetch has an actual product that is, in fact, really cool that people are using to do neat AI things. They're very interested in solving the local AI problem. But let's just talk about the merger for a second. If you're uncertain about what to do, you need to stay close to official sources of information. And if you would like them from us, a couple of folks have asked them. We have an active forum going, like a dedicated little thread that Robbie started in our Discord, separate from the general chat, where I can post some of the best, briefest recent links. We posted a couple links a while ago, but I think Coinbase has not changed its position. I don't think they're migrating the token. If you hold your tokens on Coinbase specifically, there's some manual action you're going to have to take. And you want to get the instructions to do that from their website. If you're worried about that, if you've never migrated a token before, this is going to be a great learning experience for you. But it can be a little intimidating. So hop in the Discord, find the link at theriseupmorningshow.com, and we will be sure to put that information in that forum and direct you to it if you have questions. And in the meantime, going to the Fetch website, the ASI, I think it's still Fetch, to get the most recent up-to-date information is absolutely the best thing to do. And no fret, no sweat. We're not going to pick on you if you have a question or just want somebody to kind of help you through that process. That's what we're here for. And surely there are folks in our Discord community who are doing that same thing or have already migrated their assets.
There you have it.
There you have it. There you have it. That's all the news I've got that's fit to print. Before I kick it over to Alex to give us a final word, I will say to you, this is our only social media presence here on TikTok. This is my only profile. This is Alex's only profile. We will never DM you asking for money, offering you an investment. Anybody who does that, anybody who won $30,000 and congratulations, you're the winning profile and I'm going to send you some money, anything like that. There's free Bitcoin, whatever. That's a scam. A trading platform, a trading bot, a trading ring, all a scam. Especially if somebody says, hey, it's me, Evan, it's a scam. The best way to protect against scams is to follow us. I'm not trying to pump our numbers. We frankly don't need it. If I wanted that, I would just go to Calvin Hills Live. But it helps us know who's real and who's not. And the second best thing you can do is jump in the Discord community. I've talked enough about it. It's the best, briefest place. Get in the general chat, post your links, post your questions. We'll help you there. We got a great community. All that's missing is you. And you can find it all at theriseupmorningshow.com. Alex, what's a final thought for us we can hang our hats on as we walk our dogs and ponies out of here?
I think I'm well met. Just that goodbye. I don't know, just that I hope that even though I was speaking to Cobalt, that there is something in there for all of us. Cobalt, I have no idea if you listen to anything or if you're here or if you were here for any of it. But I truly hope that you take at least some of that to heart, and that I don't open this live tomorrow, seeing you asking me to give you a 10x meme coin, because I'm gonna block you.
What if he's just a troll, man? A highly effective troll.
He might be the single most effective troll. That is also a very distinct possibility. In which case, hats off, well done, you won.
I actually do have a final note. That's good. I don't mean to rug it, but if you are a fan of the soundboard, I would say to you,
hey man,
then you should jump on over. You should jump on over to tonight at 5:30 my time, 6:30 Eastern. I'm going to be supporting Tech CEO, who's here in the chat a lot of the time. He is doing his first ever edition of his crypto game show, where he has worked really hard to learn a lot about how lives work, about crypto in the last couple months, and to get projects to come battle by telling about what they do, by rebutting each other, by talking about narratives, by highlighting and building community in order to earn you money that you spend nothing for. I say there's no free money here. This is an example of a place where you could actually win some money by just hanging out with crypto people. A lot of them are people who are here. And he's really working very hard to become somebody who is worth following and telling a better story by trying to help people have a platform where they can ask projects that you might just hear about on crypto Twitter a question. I saw FOMOD was in the chat today. I know that there are projects that's going to be there. I'm looking forward to asking some difficult questions myself. And of course, bringing out the soundboard when it's appropriate. In fact, if I think somebody's full of crap, I'm going to tell them.
And that's just bullshit.
And if I think that they need to be threatened a little bit, I'm going to tell them.
My dad can beat up your dad.
And if I just don't have any more time for it, I'll just say
They're just shitty little projects.
so. Alex, whether you're there or not, you'll be there in spirit. And
I am a big fan of this.
so check that out. I will be sure to post that in the Discord too. I think it should be a lot of fun. We'll have little buzzers and little bells, and it's just a chance that if you want to hang out and learn about crypto, you can win some money. So join us there. I'll post it in the Discord, and you can find Tech CEO here on TikTok. That's what I got, man.
There it is.
Thanks for letting me put you in a soundboard, Alex.
Just for the record, I never allowed him to do anything. He just did it.
We just woke up one day and there it was. We'll be back tomorrow. We can't wait to see you then. Hop over to the riseupmorningshow.com to get the links. Be safe. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, my friends, rise up.